So I'm currently monitoring the markets, and as it looks like, I said before, if it goes short here, if it breaches that level and then goes short here, then I probably go into a trade. But I'm gonna do that trade first of all in my demo account. So I want to, this here was for support levels. I'm kind of curious if that really holds. Market went through but did test the area, but in my opinion didn't really test it. So I'm, even though it's collecting volume here already, so I guess I'm gonna wait until my stop loss area, which is this red thing here. This one is an additional, it's not an indicator, it's just a little tool I built to see where my stop loss would be. And here with the ES market, I have 20 tick stop loss and 100 ticks take profit. So I assume the market will go back here at some point. I'm gonna make a little marker here. Yeah, it traced back here, that's right, but not enough for my taste. So if the market retraces, I really love to monitor those placed areas where the market goes back to 50%, as a 50% retracement. And I prefer to go into the trade at that level. Now, the resistance level, the previous support was here, so it's close enough. If the market hits that support, previous support again, but this one will prove itself as a resistance, then I'm gonna go and enter a trade. Looks like the market is pushing down and down and down. Now there's some high activities. This one here is a little indicator. I call it market footprint. That's something I built. It shows the speed of the market. And you see those spikes here. Those are marked in yellow here. See those spikes? That means there was a high speed in the market, and this one here as well. So those two, they have been in the very speedy area. Usually the market wishes to come back to that. But let's see if it's first tries to test this area. Where was that one coming from? Here. From yesterday, that was the market opening. And then bounce back from there. We had the complete high volume node from yesterday. Not the biggest though, just the starting, I guess, from the market. So let's see how the market reacts here. I'm assuming, but you know, you should never trade based on assumptions. I'm assuming that the market will bounce off here and going back over there. Oh, that's just a little trader yarn assumption. And as Captain Reacher said, assumption skill. Patience, Jan, patience, patience. It's for sure. I thought here to enter the trade when I was here. And then, all those things here, 500 bucks I would have made now. But maybe I would have exited the trade before or God knows what. So we have what we have and let's see. This is cumulative delta here. It goes massively down today. We see, oh here, look, the market is reacting right here. And it just goes through. Just goes through. It looks like the market wants to go deeper. So let's check if this fast moving part here gonna get rejected. So if there's a 50% retracement, that's gonna be here. Now it's always the question, do I get in because the market is now moving? But or do I get in because my stop loss here would be above that range? I should have done it maybe, maybe not. I don't know. So now the market goes down and down and down. Imagine that. Imagine if I would have to open the trade here, dong. But it's all not valid because maybe I would have exited the trade before for some weird reason. So the demand index makes an interesting move. The price went deeper here, but the demand index didn't go as deep, or didn't go deeper. So there's a divergence between the demand index and the price. But the trend is your friend, so currently it's clearly going down, so I will not trade long here. No long trade. No, 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 no. Yeah, it looks like those areas which we have marked here, there's a long queue of limit orders here as well. So while the market is playing around here a little, let me set a little marker here. So once it arrived here again, gives me the tone, and once it arrived here at my 50%, it gives me a little tone. And until then, I'm gonna try to configure my footprint indicator because it looks like it is not really doing what I want him to do. But here, hiding everything. Okay. Let me try to fine tune my speedy indicator a little and I wait until the sound is there. Maybe I leave that window here. There's an indicator. I called it market footprint, and it actually is supposed to mark the areas in the market which had some really interesting moves in the past. So okay, good. So for today, because the market went really fast, I chose an area. I chose a setting in my indicator which focus on some market. It focuses on speed, and this one here is a delta per second. So it marks those candles which had a big delta per second speed, and plus I this one is two. They last until here. Okay, not bad. Even there. Okay. So the high delta and an imbalance. And that imbalance usually the market tries to cover that one again. So at some point the market might want to go back there. And but I don't need to have them delta colored because the other areas are already marked. So oh no, let me save that configuration. So then actually we can re-enable the other things which we marked before here. Ah, that happened to be in the same area here. Okay, that is actually great. And here is our 50% area is now here. That's then the 50% retracement. Let's see if that one actually goes back there, or maybe the market reacts right here already. going to be very annoying to watch that movie, I guess, later on for whoever wants to watch it, if anybody at all. So I'm gonna switch off my microphone for the second and gonna drink a little tea and have a pleasant time here to watch the market. Yep, I'm back here. I have another little playground here. So I was always annoyed by looking at this table here and always took me space away from my chart. So I yeah, just created myself a little overview here. So I see what's happening on my account, which account I'm actually trading, what the account balance is, and what market. So on this strategy, I'm marking my stop loss and my take profit. So that's the thing what I'm doing from the trader panel here. Let me do one little thing. Sometimes like to do that one as well. What is actually the profile looking? Where's the market now? Coming from the bottom and going up now. There's around the 50%. So let's see what happens when the market goes back there. I wonder if we can trade a short there. The market made quite a jump here from here to here. 181 ticks. Yeah, zero here means it looks back a long time. It's only 5 trades it found. Strange. It should look the unlimited time. Okay, it only loads 5 days. Maybe that's correct. Maybe. I don't know. So, but I just showed the ones from today. Well, that should be it. I can export those trades here as well. So, okay, now the market goes really. Okay,
Order filled, order placed.
Market now because my stop loss would be above this one here. It's not at 50% and it's currently walking around. I should not have done that. I think
Order
I can
cancelled.
opt out of the trades immediately because of the simple fact that my stop loss would not have been above 50%. And that's not something I like. But it was yeah, I marked that area here because it had a high imbalance, right? Hmm. Highly likely that the market is really retracing now from here. Because it looks like that here where the market turns, there was a very large order. What's that number? Is that above 1000? 1K. That is the number. And if we scroll back here, that was exactly the place where the until when it went. So we should have checked that one before because, yep, that would have helped us to stay in the trade, but it shall not be today. That was what annoying moments of a trader. You have marked an area and then the market is reacting as you say, as you want. And here even confirmation by the demand index. Now it's another uh, let's see if that area is really an area of reaction, then the market will go back there. The market will push back there to get what it wants. But I would have been, I would have been here from here to here. That would have been a target, and suck. So now, am I following through with my idea that market will go back to that area? Not now, because it is would be a long move. I don't move. I don't trade against the trend. Where's my market speed indicator? Not showing for some reason. No, here you are. Good. I didn't save my template. Oh, it's annoying. I think that's 1,500. No, it's not. That's better than. Yeah, those little friends, they're just helping me to show how fast the market is at the moment. And my do a little bit off. Okay, so the market went back there. So now we want the market to
Order filled.
back
Order
down.
placed.
So the stop loss is up here. Even if the market comes up there. Ah,
Order cancelled.
yeah, that was not good. Yep, that was not good. But I think the short here is still in. If we go to the 50% retracement here. Price action wise, we would be probably long because here it's lower low. But it's a higher low. That's a higher high. Do I trade here again? Do I do a second entry? Because the market is kind of delta is going into the negative side. And it is a high volume area here where the market spent a lot of time before and then it went down. Cumulative delta seems to make a little break. Demand index seems to be in a little divergence, so there's another chance the market might turn if this area here goes from a support into a resistance zone. We either wait for that area or at least so my profit is minus 50 ticks. Not a good start, yeah. My very first trade on my YouTube channel. So minus. Okay. Looks like the market has problems to go up there. seems to be absorbing. Now buyers are coming in massively. Let's see what it does. There was a high area of imbalance here as well, but that one is still 36 ticks away. So I would say I'm gonna go in here.
Order filled. Order placed.
Because my stop loss is still, and I will not move that one. My stop loss is still, uh, uh, I was looking at the demand index now here because that one is a real divergence. The price actually goes here to the same level, but the demand index is much lower. And then here it's kind of flats, even though the market went straight up here, but it has plus 3,000 contracts. And delta went up, cumulative delta went up here as well, but demand index seems to be not convinced about that move. And I'm not convinced about my entry. Do I go out of the trade? I went out of the trade before, right? That's now the tricky thing. When the market here went down here, I was here, and the market went down, and then it went a little bit up. I said, oh, yeah, maybe not, and then I went out, and then hatch. So now I'm gonna stay in. Okay. Delta seems to be negative here. Buyers are coming in again. There's really a little range here as well, right? 13 ticks. Not sure if it's really breaking down now. I mean, I made 15 ticks loss. I mean, no, 50 ticks. Huh? Why is it minus 50 here? Looks like the programmer of this shitty tool here has still some work to do because the stop loss should be 20 ticks. And here the profit is at, why is open PL 32, 35? And here it's 13. But stop loss here is right, that's right. Oh. I guess the shitty programmer has some work to do. So now the market really seems to move. I'm gonna adopt my target here. If there is a retracement at 50%, I want to get a little zoned. I'm gonna remove this one here. Not sure, should I go out here because I would be break even. I guess
Order
I'm gonna go
cancelled.
out because I would be break even. I know now. For the difficult account, my account. Where's my account here? This one has a little configuration item, which is, where is that? Oh, here, tick value, which is 12.5 because we're not trading NASDAQ here. We are trading the ES market. So we are now at -3 for the day. Okay, still -3 ticks. I prefer to show ticks here and rather than
Order filled.
market
Order
goes further
placed.
down.
Order cancelled.
So I went out here, shouldn't have, but you know, I went out here just to make the day that I did not at least lose on that account for the day. So I'm gonna stop the recording here.